Hey guys, this is White Monk here with a new video on how to draw chest muscles. Before this video begins, I like to, hint or give a little tip that it'll be nice to kind of know the names of the muscles and things like that: biceps, triceps, pecs, and all of that, abs, obliques, and all of that. It'll be good to do research on your own. That's where part of the practice comes in. But it's not always necessary because I'm guilty of when I was learning all this stuff. I didn't know the names, but now that I've done my research, it has helped. It also helps to look at real human beings for reference and to draw that over and over again until you need no reference. So same way I begin, in almost every drawing, we're gonna start off with the head, and it kind of just guides me and lets me know where things go. And even though I could have started with any other part of the body, we're gonna go ahead and start with the head. No pun intended. We're not gonna focus too much on it. But again, it's one of those things where one of the advantages of kind of understanding the body and where things go and what muscles are, wherever. Yeah, it's part of that foundation that you can build off of, and you can add details later, as I will do in this video. Now, going to this video, you can see the little V I made under the jaw. That's kind of like just indicating the neck, where things go. So starting off, I'm going to go off with simple shapes. You can see I've used curves like to indicate like muscles in the shoulders, close to the shoulder blades. And I'm using circles as, the beginning of his arm, again, these circles I will go in with detail, make them less like objects and more organic. So at the top of the circles, we kind of just curve down to like where that V ends, the V under the neck, and we have this line in the middle of the chest. Similar to like the lines you would see, across the face, where I'm trying to put in guidelines to let me know where the face is pointed, what direction the face is, heading, and things like that. And then from those circles again, we form the rest of the chest, right? So, anything I do to the left side, I do to the right side. Kind of keep things symmetrical in some ways. And then each shoulder kind of has that V, and it's really like you can think of the love symbol, how it has like two heads, and then they kind of come together to form come together at the bottom, and that's kind of like how it is. But again, going to that chest, there's like a muscle. The circle kind of forms a little muscle going towards the middle of the chest, just a little bit. And sometimes if you're like flexing, you see like veins. Here I'm not going out to too much detail, having like straight lines and putting another circle where indicating where the elbow would be. Do the same thing to the other side. So right now I'm not even focusing on the muscles at all, at least not yet. Anytime I want to put a muscle, I kind of put a circle, or if I time I want to show muscles rather, I put a circle there, and the circle closer to the chest is bigger than the one behind, bigger and longer than the one behind. And everything will kind of come together at the end of the video, or as the video continues. Have a little circle there, kind of just letting me know how the torso is going to shape up. Again, you can view this as one of my observational tutorials, and you can just follow me throughout the video and do as I do, and hopefully you kind of understand things. Also keep track of the distances between things. But again, once you understand this foundation, you can kind of build off other things. So like going from that, like the nipples, we have a line going down, and I'll with time you'll see why that line is there at all. These lines are supposed to kind of help you know where things go. That line, it really doesn't start. It looks like it's starting from under the chest, like close to the starting from the nipples, or looking like it's starting from the nipples. But that line actually starts from under the armpits. But it kind of looks that way based off of where judging from where we're looking at, like from our perspective. But it'll all make sense later, and I'll have more videos kind of tackling other body types and muscles from other angles, and it will make everything, make more sense. So you see these circles I'm adding on the forearm. Again, one kind of bigger than the other, and they're kind of like on the opposite ends. They are in between where the hand will actually bend. Put a little edge there to indicate the elbow. Obviously, that's where the abs would go. And you can even be creative and have characters. Maybe the character's an alien, and the alien, you can have him have a long torso, right? And you can put like freaking 12 abs there. You can do whatever you want. You kind of have the luxury and liberty of kind of building characters from this point. Like, once you understand the body to this level, at least, right? Because I'm not going to say that I understand everything 100%. I'm kind of just sharing the knowledge of things I've learned over the years to you guys. And you'll be able, once you understand at least to this point, you'll be able to apply some of these things to, let's say you're drawing a female, and you morph it, because the female is almost like the opposite thing I did with a torso, where it'll be kind of, well, I wouldn't say just female. I'll say maybe if you want to draw a sexy female, to be more specific, because I'm sure there are females that look exactly like this. But you can just kind of build off of that. You see the circles I'm putting at there. You have like three first, and I put 2 in between 3. Again, it'll make sense a little bit. Then I'm putting the abs exactly there where the first, second circle at the obliques begin. Again, just follow me. Maybe if you didn't understand something, you can watch the video twice, or leave a comment in the description, and I'll get to it as soon as I can, or unless I answer it in the video as time goes on. So right there, like close to the shoulders, the arm there, it's almost like a love sign. Really, we're only seeing it like a love sign from this angle. It's really like, imagine if the love sign had like three curved tops, right? That's really how it looks. But just bear with me for now. I'm kind of erasing away some of the lines, so we don't see the guidelines too much. And then they're all, again, remember, they look like objects. They look like circles, right? Even though they were. But we are kind of going over them and adding some shading, making them feel a little bit more organic. Now, also keep in mind that under the armpits, that you're gonna like shade a whole lot more there. So that's where you shade, basically. The shade generally depends on where the light source is coming from. But even almost any light source, the armpits are usually still dark, because of where they are under the arm and in between the arm and the torso. So again, going into details, you see a thing I did at the top of the abs. Again, it depends on the person. Some people, another thing to keep in mind is that people have different anatomies, and apart from that, while I'm drawing, even though I'm drawing based off of like what I know from real life anatomy, which I recommend you also study, which would help, there is an aspect to this drawing that is my style. So the way I would draw chest muscles is different from the way another artist would do it. And I'm talking from a comic sense or manga or whatever. You can go look at your favorite mangas, and everybody kind of draws chests differently. If you go look at the way the Soul Eater artist draws chest, and go look at the way Bleach draws chest, and Dragon Ball draws chest, One Piece, it's kind of all different, but they all stem from the same foundation. You're all learning from the same place, which is real life human anatomy. Again, I'm erasing away, making everything seem a little bit more dynamic. So that circle there for the biceps, you're not gonna show the full circle unless that's how you want it to look in your style, even though it look weird. But kind of just going where things go, and then from that circle at the forearm, you kind of just put like muscles upon muscles, just piling up. At least that's how I do it in my style. So you have that circle right there in the forearm, then I'm just adding more circles. And then there's like a little line there indicating where, almost think of it like clothes folding, right? So it's like the muscle remembering that it folds at that point. So it's almost like it has that line. It's almost like a fold line. Maybe that didn't make sense, but you know, the more you draw it, and the more you draw like characters not just standing the way he's standing in this video, but once you draw them like moving, if he was flexing his arms, you kind of understand what I'm talking about a whole lot more. And again, I will have videos. I have videos tackling that. So you know, I'm just adding some shades, a little light cross hatching for the muscles. So basically, I'm adding shade. So however you shade, you know, you shade. So if you shade with like a pencil, doing like blushes, blemishes, whatever. Since I'm more like manga and comic oriented, my shading here in this video, I'm not, because my purpose is not to make this look realistic. That's not the point of this video. It's kind of like just to let you know where things go and how you can manipulate things and do what you want. So here I'm just shading with like simple either cross hatching or just regular hatching. So what I did to the left, I do to the right. Now keep in mind, again, you know, this guy's pretty muscular, right? But imagine if you wanted to draw the Hulk. This is the same way I draw the Hulk, but everything would just be bigger, right? So that chest would be much wider, right? So let's say I was drawing the Hulk. The chest would be much wider. The arms would be huger, right? The head, the size of the head, usually it wouldn't really change, right? It wouldn't change much, right? The forehead might pop out a whole lot more, make him look like a caveman a little bit. But then the muscles surrounding the shoulders would be so much huger. Like everything will be on a grander scale, right? It'll almost look like his head is inside his body, right? Like you don't get to see his neck that easily, right? You don't get to see the Hulk's neck that easily, right? Especially if you're looking straight on, right? So if I was drawing the Hulk, everything would be bigger. The head, his head might not be bigger by that much, but everything will be bigger. The shoulders, his shoulder muscles will be bigger than, you know, bigger than his head, maybe, depending on where you're looking from, or they'd be, you know, at the same level with his, with the bottom of his ears. And maybe, you know, maybe I'll do a video drawing the Hulk, and that will make a whole lot more sense. Or I'll do that when I'm doing, because I probably do it like a 20 ways drawing other body types. 20 ways is kind of what I do sometimes. I don't know. It's like a series on this channel, and I kind of tackle other things, kind of showing you many ways of doing the same thing, you know, essentially, right? So it's like 20 ways drawing manga eyes, for instance, or hairstyles, and kind of just indicating to you that there are many ways of doing this. There isn't one specific way. You can, especially with like manga stuff, or just a comic or story that's not really based off of being realistic, you can get away with a lot of stuff. So here, once you've gotten to this point, you can then, you know, go on adding details. I was kind of dancing around the idea of just leaving him bald, having a head shine. Kind of reminded me of Ikaku from Bleach a little bit. And the left, his right eye, it's kind of pissing me off, so I eventually put an eye patch there, and then he looked like Sagat from Street Fighter. Am I pronouncing that right? Sagat? Excuse me. And you go in, add in a little shading however you want. I'll have a video on shading as well, and especially how to shade like the face and understanding like the light sources, and maybe an extra one on like highlights and things like that. But that's not the main focus on this video. I hope you guys kind of got the basic gist on drawing the muscles. But trust me, even after watching this video, and after watching any video on YouTube about, you know, maybe drawing chest muscles or muscles in general, you can always do your research and learn even further, especially if you want to make it look like uber realistic. So here, from this point, I'm just going to add in detail For those who don't know me, I'm the creator of Apple Black. Apple Black is a comic that I've been working on for a couple years now, and Volume One was released like a year ago. So I really appreciate if you guys checked it out, and I'd like to thank all those who have checked it out already. Saturday AM, where Apple Black is published, we'll be having our issue 50, which would be huge, and it's a great. We're having this great offer currently. If you subscribe to the magazine now, if you subscribe for premium membership on the magazine now, you would have unlimited. You will be a subscriber for Saturday AM forever. Like, you would never have to pay a dime again, and it's just premium membership is $25 a year. So basically, at this point, you'd be paying $25 forever. The regular subscription, where you'd get the magazine as well. You get the magazine twice a month when we publish, really, and it's just $5 a year for a whole year, and we publish 20 issues a year. So you'd be able to keep up with Apple Black without having to wait for the volumes to come out. So just like Shonen Jump in Japan, this is the magazine, and Apple Black will be in certain issues, like two to three issues every 5 issues, with like 7 to 10 pages in the issues that it appears in. So y'all can check it out there. I really appreciate the support. You can check out more about Saturday AM and check out all the other cool comics there, because it's not just Apple Black, like Bullied or Saigami, etc. So yeah, that's that for this video. Hope you guys learned a couple things from this video. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment if you have any questions, and subscribe for more, because I'll be back with more, and it'll focus more on doing next couple videos will kind of tackle muscles as well. So if you enjoyed this, you want to stick around. So I'm Manga, and I'm outie. I'm outie in and outie. Yeah. Gangsta.